there's a good chance someone you know has a home screen that looks something like this. And that might even be you. But it doesn't have to be this way. This is the first video in an indefinitely long series where I want to tell you about the Shortcuts app for the iPhone. This video is intended for people who use their phones for things like flashlights, but don't want to go out of their way to toggle their phone's flashlight. I'm going to start by telling you how you can get rid of these flashlight apps, and I'll give some more detail later on. But if you'd rather download the finished result, there's a link in the description to do so. The first step is to open the Shortcuts app on your phone. The app has this icon as of iOS 27. You can find the app by searching using Spotlight, or if you don't know how to do that, you can go to the rightmost page of your home screen and tap the search icon at the top of the screen. If you don't have the Shortcuts app installed, you can download it from the App Store. The app has different user interfaces based on your iPhone's current version. On iOS 27, there's a new shortcut button at the bottom of the screen. Tap that and you'll get to this screen. For people on older versions of iOS, there's a plus button at the top right corner of the screen. Now we have two different screens. One is for iOS 27, while the other is for iOS 26 and older. In this case, we want the screen on the left. If you have the screen on the right, you can tap the icon in the top right corner to make both versions look basically identical. You'll see a search bar with text saying Search Actions. Tap that and type Flashlight. You may see two results when you do this, both being called Set Flashlight. This one is for the Apple Watch's flashlight feature. We don't want to turn on the flashlight on our watch, so we're going to select the blue icon with the white flashlight symbol. Tap on that one and you'll see a block of text saying Turn Flashlight On. The words turn and on are blue, which means they can be changed to something else. Before we do that, let's test to make sure this works in the first place. At the bottom of the screen is a play button. Tap that and the light on the back of your phone should turn on. Do not look directly at the light to check. Now, we aren't quite done yet. We turned on our flashlight, but pressing the play button again won't turn the flashlight off. And that's where the blue text comes in. We can tap the word on and it will change to off. Go ahead and tap the word on to change it to off, and then hit the play button again. This is just to turn the flashlight off, since leaving it on can cause unnecessary battery drain. Now, instead of hitting the blue on text, tap the blue turn text. This will present you with a menu saying turn, toggle, and ask each time. I want to keep this tutorial simple, so I'm going to ignore ask each time. Instead, just hit toggle. You'll see that the blue on or off text is now gone. Pressing the play button now will turn the flashlight on if it's currently off, or off if it's currently on. Pressing the play button again will toggle the flashlight the other way. Now, tap the text at the top of the screen. For me, it says Set Flashlight. Then tap Add to Home Screen. You can see a preview of the app's icon. Tap the name in that preview, and you can set the name to whatever you want. You'll have to tap the backspace button a few times in order to clear the text that's already present. Or you can simply leave the name as Set Flashlight. Once the name is set, tap the arrow on the bottom right corner of your screen. This should close the keyboard. If it doesn't, and it doesn't for me, tap on the screen to the left or right of the preview to close the keyboard that way. Now you see a selection of colors. Pick the one you like the best. Keep in mind that this is the color for the background of the icon. Next is the symbol. You can use any symbol you want, but I'm going to go with a flashlight. You can scroll down and see all the symbol options, but if you know what you want, scroll back up and tap where you see the text Search Symbols. If you scroll up too far, you'll end up back at this screen. Simply tap on the text at the top, and tap Add to Home Screen again to get back here. Once you tap Search Symbols, just type what you're looking for. I'm going to search for flashlight and pick the icon I like the best. Once you're happy with how the preview looks, tap Add in the top right corner. The app will close and you'll be back on your home screen. You'll see the icon you just made, although it might look a little different. If your iPhone's home screen is set to dark, then the background of the icon will be black and the symbol will be the color you chose. If it's set to default, then it will look how you made it. Clear and tinted will remove the color customization completely. From there, you can tap the flashlight icon on your home screen to turn the flashlight on or off. Now that the tutorial is done, I want to answer some hypothetical questions you might have. First, why you might not want to do this. I wanted this guide to appeal to people who aren't very familiar with the inner workings of a smartphone. People who use their phones for simple tasks like opening Facebook and reading their emails. For people in that group, the familiarity of the flashlight app they're used to is going to be more important than the benefits. There are also features some apps have that this doesn't recreate. Some apps have the ability to flash in patterns, so you can signal things like SOS easily. So why not simply use those flashlight apps? Why would you use this instead? I tried a few flashlight apps out, and I was quickly met with requests to do things like sharing my location and allowing notifications. While there might be a few apps that are genuinely trying to be helpful, many of them give me the impression that they're at least a little bit malicious. I saw ads constantly, subscriptions before I could even test that the app did what I wanted, and I saw a lot of broken functionality because the developers don't even update their own apps. Another issue is storage space. Remember, I want this to be understandable by people who aren't very knowledgeable when it comes to their phones. A lot of people who fit that group also have phones with very little storage. Some of these apps, although not all of them, are noticeably bigger than the Shortcuts app. So you can actually save some space by using the Shortcuts app instead of standalone apps. Now, let's talk about the fact that this shortcut isn't really necessary. On your iPhone's lock screen and your iPhone's control center, you can have buttons to toggle the flashlight. You can also set the action button on some iPhone models to toggle the flashlight if you want to. To be clear, there is nothing wrong with these methods. The reason why some people may want the button on their home screen is also why a lot of these shady apps exist. For a lot of people, the home screen is the way they interact with their phone. If there's a feature in another menu, they simply won't use it. This shortcut is just another way for people in that camp to achieve the same result. This guide offers a way to save some storage and remove some shady software. Keep in mind that the Shortcuts app was made by Apple, which means it isn't a third-party app. It's free, it won't track you, and it will be supported for a long time. If this guide helped you, please consider leaving a like so other people can find it more easily.